Yo, what's up guys? Get the B5M here. Gonna do a little review on it since I took it to track and ran some laps past week. It's pretty good buggy. It's actually extremely durable for how much plastic it has compared to 8 scale stuff. The build was super easy. Obviously, there's not much going on there. Running a ProTech 150T for steering. It's got a 0.8 second speed. The Futaba receiver. I forget which one it is. And I'm running a Trackstar 120 amp ESC turbo. I'm running an 8.5 turn motor Trackstar. And it's actually, the throttle is so smooth on it, and the brakes are really responsive. I have the brakes set on I think 40% right now, which is even still a little too much for me. I'm running a Reedy Shorty. We'll go over some electronics and then we'll go over the actual kit itself. What the fuck? Alright. This is the battery. It's a Reedy. 4,100 mAh, 65C. Runtime's pretty good on it. I'm running an 81 tooth spur and a 23 pinion. I'm going to move to a 78 spur and then a different pinion soon. It's a decent battery. It's a shorty, obviously. It fits perfect with 2 thin pads onto the B5M chassis. And then I cut out, it's going to be hard to see, but right here to here there's a plastic piece, and I cut that out to make room for my ESC, and then I have my receiver here, and then my battery fits nice here, and then I put my switch here. A lot of people put their switch right here, and the way the body is, sometimes if you get like a bad landing or something, it'll turn the car off, and that's not good if you're in main and you're in the lead and your car shuts off. Speed controller, easy to solder, easy to program. Mine actually came calibrated. I'm going to make a video on how to calibrate it and some of the troubleshooting stuff, because there's a lot of videos of people saying they're bad and certain operator error I see that isn't hooked up right. Motor's easy to solder. It has U-tabs. A lot of the Reedy, I think it was the Reedy, I had a Reedy once, and it had flat tabs on it. It was easier to solder, but these aren't bad. It's censored, obviously. Slipper, clutch, and a ball differential. First thing I broke, let me see, I guess I don't, yeah, I do have it. Rear ball stud mount was the first thing I broke after a week of running it, and I was running it probably 7 hours a day. I broke a rear ball stud mount. It was plastic, and this right here snapped the end. And now I after I put the aluminum one on, I Loctited my ball studs, and it actually snapped. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. It snapped in there, and I don't have the tools really to tap it out. So I'm just going to buy another rear ball stud mount. Another thing I'd recommend, I was running the gull wing front arms. My track's a high bite, a medium-sized clay high bite track indoors. If you're running high bite clay indoors, like a medium-sized track, well, any track actually, what size, don't matter if it's high bite, your best option to do is run flat front arms, not the hard ones, but just the regular flat front arms, and then white springs instead of the green ones they provide with you for the rear. And you can actually switch the B5R rear shock tower to the front for the B5M, and that'll be better for you. What else is Honestly, it's an awesome buggy. Nothing really wrong with it. It's pretty freaking durable. I'd recommend getting a chassis protector if you're running clay indoors, because clay on the bottom of your chassis and the screws sucks really bad, especially if you have to take parts apart, screws out. You got to get a little pick and take that out. If you're running depending on what servo you are running, some Spectro servos are a little long, and there's a little spacer between, see, right between the servo mount. If they give you two sizes, they give you this size and then a little thinner. I ran the bigger one at first, and you can see where it was binding. It was binding right there. That ball still had a bind on it. So just either put the smaller spacer on, and you won't get any binding, or just run no spacer at all, depending on what servo you're running. Some low profile servos you gotta run both spacers to get deflection. Ugh. And another thing is, you'll get binding. These turnbuckles from the kit are really tight, like super tight, and they'll cause binding when you steer, and that's not good. Trying to think of anything else. I'm gonna get the Shell slipper clutch to try. I think it's a 3-pad. Get a better throttle response and brake response. I mean, pretty much it's an awesome buggy. The body is really thin. I mean, they definitely cheaped out on the body. I did the body mount, the body post at first, and it started ripping. So they tell you in the manual you can use Velcro, but some people don't understand how to do it. You just put Velcro like that, and then Velcro right there. Alright guys, that's it. It's a pretty awesome buggy. It's awesome. I run 35-30 weight in a shock, by the way. They give you 32.5, I think it is, in the kit, and you do not want to run that. Alright guys, see you later.